Okay. My internet clicked out, but we're back, I think. Let's see. Okay, we're back. I think my Wi-Fi died for a second.
We just don't know the specifics. Maybe we did at one point, but that information is long gone by now. At least that's what everyone in the village seems to think. We've all exchanged what we know, and that was the only logical conclusion.
Alright, specifics aside then, what kind of person was he?
Young guy, in his early 20s probably. Incredibly kind sort of person, always willing to lend a helping hand. I'd chat with him when I didn't have any customers. I even saw him stick out his neck for others on more than one occasion. Very interesting guy, that one.
Now that you've started talking about him, you don't seem nearly as down in the dumps as you did before. Seems like he left a pretty good impression on you.
But of course, everyone in the village is pretty fond of him. We wouldn't have issued that commission otherwise. There aren't many young people like him nowadays, so genuine and pure. To think that he just up and disappeared one day. I just hope nothing bad happened.
Could he have just moved away without telling anyone?
Maybe.
No, he's not the type to leave without saying goodbye. And anyway, moving away without being seen by a single person in the village, there's no way he would have been able to manage that.
Huh. Alright, thanks for the information. We're gonna go ask around some more.
Okay.
Is that guests I hear?
Hi, Grandpa Amadea. We're here to help you look for the guy that's gone missing.
Ah, so that's what brings you to these parts. Coming all this way for our sake. That's so very kind of you. With your help, I trust that young man's case is in good hands.
Could you tell us a bit about him?
Of course. I'm happy to help any way I can. With my failing eyesight, I'm afraid I can't offer much about his appearance. But I do remember hearing the sound of his voice. Not recently, of course. That loss has left me feeling quite empty. I don't think his parents are still living in the village. But somehow he never seemed lonely. In fact, he was usually the one offering companionship to others. He would often take time to visit the elderly or play with the orphans in the village. And whenever someone had something on their mind, he was there to listen with open ears. He always knew just what to say. As the village chief, I owe him many thanks. Helping villagers navigate difficult moments in their lives should have been one of my responsibilities. But he was often the one rising to the occasion.
Wow.
Damn,
He seems
he's
like
just
such
the
a
best.
nice and gentle person. No wonder his disappearance affected you all so much. But, you wouldn't happen to know any details about his name, address, or family situation, right?
F off stream. Yeah, I think it triggered because my internet kind of clicked out for a few seconds there.
I'm ashamed to admit it, but I just can't remember. No matter how you look at it, I should know those things. But for some reason, no matter how hard I try to remember, the information just doesn't come. Perhaps my age really has caught up with me this time.
It's okay. There's no need to force yourself to try and remember. We'll figure something out. Well, Traveler, what do you think?
There's probably more to this case
I
than
don't
meets the
think so
eye.
too. Like, the name thing. It's so weird that no one remembers his name. And nobody has been able to tell us anything about his family or where he lived. It's like this guy's been erased from reality or something. Wait, so you're saying It's not that he's been erased, necessarily, but more like he never existed to begin with? Okay, Paimon's gonna need some time to process that one. Someone who only exists in people's memories?
You two are the adventurers who just arrived, right? You're here for the Vamara Village Commission?
That's
Yep,
me.
sure are. We were just looking into the case.
I'm so glad to hear that. Thank goodness you haven't given up. I've been so worried the Adventurers Guild might cancel our commission. My name is Atosa, by the way. I grew up here in Vamara Village. Anyway, I just wanted to say, please keep searching for a missing villager. I'm begging you. You have to find him.
Yeah, no need to worry. We'll give it our best shot. So, were you close to the missing villager? Are there any leads you can give us?
I think this was like his girlfriend. From
I'm
what
not
I
sure this
remember.
counts as a lead, but follow me. There's a place I'd like to show you.
I should get. We should get a couple waypoints while we're here. I see a boat waypoint we should probably grab. Okay, where are we going? Random event? Oh, okay. Triggered at the same time.
Is this the place? Under this tree?
Yep. I know it doesn't look like much, but this place is very meaningful to me. It's so full of memories. We used to always sit together under this tree and talk. Sometimes we would look up at the clouds in the sky or stop to feel the wind against our skin. We could sit there for hours at a time, never realizing how long it had been. I was actually adopted by the people of Vamara Village. The forest rangers found me in the woods as a child. I was surrounded by such good people, and growing up in the village was so lively. Still, there were times when I couldn't help but feel incredibly alone.
Alone?
How should I put it? When something's bothering you, or when you have good news to share, you always want to talk about it with somebody. But for the longest time, I didn't know who I could talk to, or if I should say anything at all. Everyone has their own problems to deal with. Even if I might want to confide in others, I don't want to become a burden. Really? You know exactly how I feel?
Aww.
Wow, that sounds really nice. You're quite lucky.
I mean, not anymore.
When it comes to our missing villager, well, I guess you could say that to me.
Yo,
He felt
Jantham?
like both a family member I could rely on and a friend who could really understand me.
It could be the day. So what just happened? You, like, maybe 10 minutes ago, I was doing this quest, and so sometimes if an NPC is, like, involved in another quest or a side quest, you have to, like, progress the side quest until they move to the right spot to be ready for the next quest. So this main quest was like, oh, characters are busy in another quest, and it was so I checked what quest it was, and there's a quest I'm dreading because it is an 11-hour, I just looked up, 11-hour side quest. So I thought we were going to have to go all the way through that quest to get back on track, but no, we only had to play it for like 10 or 15 minutes, and now we're back to the main quest again, but they take place in the same village, so hopefully we don't have any like mix-ups where we have to hop back to that one, because it will be a huge delay. If that doesn't happen, then today could be the day. I'm gonna stream for about another hour, and I'm looking at a walkthrough of this quest, and it is also the YouTube video is about an hour, so it could be today. This could be it.
No matter what came my way, I knew I could always talk to him. He was so thoughtful and pure, and patient too. Whenever I talked to him, he would always seem so interested, as if the things I was describing were just as important to him as they were to me.
Aw.
Ever since he disappeared, there's been so much I wanted to tell him. No, none of those things matters now. I just really want to see him again.
Wow. You two must have been really close.
I will be here for the
Did he
moment.
ever tell you anything
Nice.
about himself?
He mostly
Also-
just talked about interesting things he saw around the village. He'd share a lot of his own wild ideas as well.
They are gonna be adding more. So like while I may get to the finish line, they're gonna extend the race on me in a couple weeks. They're adding a new nation soon, but it won't. We're caught up, so it won't like be that bad for me to finish it. Should I make a bowl of noodles, Mike? I shouldn't eat because it's so late, but I hunger. What have you eaten a lot today, and then you just feel like you want more, or you just have? If you haven't eaten enough today, you feel like, then you should probably have something.
Oh, right! I did ask him about his parents once. But all he said was, they're not here anymore. I didn't know whether that meant they had left the village or passed away, and I didn't want to pry.
I know who she's talking about, and I know his parents have passed away.
Still not much to go off of.
Look at me. Talking your ear off and still nothing to show for it. I'm sorry I wasn't more help. The last time I talked this much in one go was when we were still together. Come to think of it, every time we talked, it always seemed to be around dusk, just like right now. Time always passed by really slowly. Even when it felt like we'd been talking for hours, the sun would still be at the same
With
position
scrambled
in the
eggs.
sky.
Well, time always seems to pass slower when you're relaxed, right? What's wrong, Traveler?
She's saying that we're stuck in a time bubble.
Hey, look at those hilly churls over there. Doesn't it seem like they're acting a little strange?
Appetite ruined? There you go. I guess I should have tried to ruin your appetite instead.
The Abyss Order. Could they be the ones behind all of this? Uh-oh, we've been spotted! Quick, get ready to fight!
Now, Jantham, you can look at all of... I have a ton of 7TV emotes. Go wild now that you can actually see them. I'm gonna do this Sealy real quick before I fight that thing. Okay, I'm not gonna get too distracted. I'm just gonna do that. I see the torches there, but I'm not gonna do that yet. Thank you guys for little heroing. I remember when we were playing some Zelda, and we could use that emote every day. And it was good times. Alright. I don't really have
Illusion shattered! Torn to oblivion!
You're still playing Zelda. Yeah, this is basically Zelda in some ways. We were talking about that earlier, the similarities. This is Breath of the Wild, basically.
There is no escape!
Incinerate!
There's a Wizrobe right there. Oh, what happened to Wizzy? Did Wizzy play in Smash 64 at SmashCon? Or
Motion to compel!
anything? I remember that.
Inadmissible evidence!
I feel like he usually does Smash 64 for that event. Wizrobe? Yeah.
Let the show begin.
At Supernova, he always focuses on 64. Did he enter? I didn't see. This is bad.
Boom!
Shine down!
These guys are super annoying.
I'll protect us. Ready, steady, go! Wait! Motion to compel!
Did you see the DK run at Supernova? Yeah, we were just watching that. We watched him versus Axe like a second ago. I didn't see the whole run. Cass was talking to me about DK versus Junebug versus Axe. And then I looked at the bracket, so I took a game with Mango.